What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Media Ministry Hangout Lounge. It's your boy DC. And in today's episode of 3 Minute Thursday, we're going to talk about the 3 components to developing a healthy media ministry. And this is going to apply whether you're a one-man band or if you're part of a team of 30 or more. So let's get it. All right, so let's get 3 minutes on the clock and jump right into it. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about today is having an open mind. You have to be teachable. Nobody has ever started anything knowing everything, so you have to be willing to listen to somebody and receive some things from different perspectives that you may not have ever thought about, because most of this stuff is going to be new to you. So this is going to shorten your learning curve, and it's also going to prevent you from having to deal with some of those unnecessary problems. Trial and error is great, but there's so many people out there that have already tried and errored. So if you're connected to anybody with some experience, lean on them. Don't be afraid of asking questions unless they have made it clear and plain that they are not willing to answer any questions. And unfortunately, there are lots of people out there like that. But the good news is there's lots of resources online these days. Become a student. You have to continue learning this stuff because technology is constantly growing and constantly evolving. I want to challenge you guys to check out this book by John Beatty. It's called If You're Not Growing, You're Dying. This book is filled with a lot of nuggets and gems that's going to challenge your way of thinking, and ultimately it'll change your life. So the next thing we're going to talk about is organization skills. You have to be able to plan and prepare. And you know what you can handle, so plan accordingly. Now, if you have a team, play to everybody's strengths. Basically, give each task to the person who does it the best. And you could also create checklists and get them laminated and put them in your media department with dry erase markers. That way, every time you guys show up, somebody grab the checklist, and as they take each step, they can just mark it off. And this is going to eliminate the option of a step being skipped over. And each checklist needs to be simple and to the point, because that's going to minimize downtime and hiccups in the event that the person that normally does this is absent. All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about is dependability and consistency. But before we do that, I want you guys to go down in the comments and let me know if this video is helping you out. If it is, go ahead and like the video. So with dependability and consistency, that sounds like 2 different categories, but I put them together because I feel like there's no dependability without consistency. Now, the definition of dependability is the quality of being trustworthy and reliable. So the church is relying on you. It's your sole responsibility to create the church's online footprint. So you have to own that thing. And if you're part of a team, you need to own your task, because the team is relying on you to get that accomplished in order for the media ministry to move together as a unit, because the media ministry is a whole bunch of moving parts. Think about it like a car. A car has a whole bunch of different pieces to make it work. But if you were to take just one single piece off of that car and put it on the highway, it'll never move. But once you put everything together, you have yourself a fully operating vehicle. Now, I know there's some people out there that might be like,
well, you don't need windows to drive the car.
And that's true. You can actually start a car up without windows and drive it all the way across country. But tell me this, what happens when it rains? Just let that sink in. So my question to you is this: are you going to have a passenger side window mentality, or are you going to have a motor mentality? Now, hopefully you said you have a motor mentality, but what we're going to do is do a little self-evaluation. I want you to ask yourself these questions. Am I truly open-minded? Am I really putting forth my best effort to get better? Am I really taking out time to prepare? When I say I'm going to do something, how often do I get the job done? And probably the biggest question is going to be, am I dependable? Or better yet, would my peers say that I am dependable? Now, be honest with yourself. because I'm believing that you're not gonna judge yourself. But if you don't like the answers to these questions that you came up with today, it's never too late to turn everything around. Because when you know better, you do better. And that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. I hope that this video blessed somebody in some form or fashion. So go ahead and let me know in the comments. And like, subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss any of my content. And I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.